Super happy to be here and super happy to talk about ProcessAnalyzer 2019.9. And there are a lot of goodies in this new version. So let me just get started and show you everything. So four big functionalities to go through. First of all, the interactive header, which allows to do filtering and root cause analysis directly from the analysis views itself. So we are super proud of that. It will change the look and feel of the software and allow super quick access to the functionalities. Then we have the case attribute root cause analysis, now also available for key performance indicators. So the change is that we are now adding our flagship root cause analysis, extending it to the custom defined key performance indicators in this case attribute mode. And then further enhancement to the dashboard functionalities, very easy to use dashboard filtering. I will show how it works. And as the extra goodies, a lot of pre-configured process mining charts available as the starting points for creating your own dashboard controls. Okay, if you have any comments, please feel free to write to the chat box, and we are happy to answer those. Let's get into the interactive header. So this is what you will see in the new ProcessAnalyzer user interface. There's actually two things visible in this screenshot at the moment. First of all, there are four controls, four sort of charts instead of only two. So this is a new advanced discovery functionality, and we will cover that also in more detail in the future webinars, but it's been used here already today. So you can freely customize whatever components you see in the screen. So these are the four charts, and now the interactive header is this top line over here. So you see that there's a lot of meaningful stuff in the header row itself, and that's the topic of this first feature. So what are these stuff in the header line? So now in this screenshot you see the header line alone. So of course there's the chart as well, but now this is the header line alone, and you see that there are several functionalities directly available here. So dashboards, as you know, dashboards are super important when we are extending the coverage of the process mining solution to everybody in the organization. So the analysts are using the full functionality, but many users are using the dashboards. And of course, the further analysis is available for everybody, and but the dashboards are the easy and quick way. So the dashboards are now only one click away from the user interface. So you just click the dashboard button, and then you see all your customized dashboards in your company. Then the next click area is the view selection. So from the predefined views, you can select and take your conformance checking or enhanced BPMN or clustering and predictions and whatever view you are interested in. Then the model selection is also here, and it allows you to quickly see and select the model that you are interested in. Now we come to the bit of the new stuff. So the statistics of the model are easily available here as the fourth area, showing how many cases you have, how many events you have, percentages, and you can click and you can see more details. So this is sort of an informatic area displaying you some statistics. And now the filter rules, which is a big change. So now all of those filter rules that you are using while making the analysis are displayed here. So you see that there's now one filter rule, cases going through payment received, and there's a plus sign that you can add more. I will show in the demo how it works, but these are the filter rules, and now the root cause rules are also visible right in the user interface. So we are now checking the root causes for the case to take a long duration, and within this filtered scope. So we have the filter rules and the root cause rules over here, and then the traditional help and user and information settings buttons. Okay, this is the interactive header, and let me show how it works in practice. So I'm just going to go here to the process analyzer, and well, not actually there. I'm going to use this one. So one of our demo environments, and over here, let me check the correct view, advanced discovery view. And while we are here, let's just give it the generic order handling model. Excellent. So what we see here is this the new functionality, new process analyzer consisting of 4 different charts. I've selected the flow chart being here, the duration analysis here, and then some of the further analysis here, now showing chart view with the case counts when the cases are starting, and some distribution by the account managers. And what we see here is also the statistics. So now all of the cases are still in this filter. Now we can start filtering. For example, if I'm interested in only the cases that have been completed, so that we have received the payment, I can go here and then say that in this setting, so let's only choose these cases going through payment received. So now when I do the setting over here, I see the filtering here, and all the charts are reflecting that change. And we see that we have 9.5 thousand cases, and if I click this further, I can see that in terms of the events, I have 91%, and then variations, the amount is now reduced to 76. So this is like a nice functionality. I see the cases going through here. I can add another filter. Let's say that I have this case attribute account manager being Patricia White. I can click on here, and you see that I get the symbol confirm the selection. So I confirm this to go to the filter, and now my filter is showing the cases from Patricia White that are being that go to the payment received. And we see that in terms of the cases, we are now seeing 91% of the cases. And now we can do some root cause analysis. So here, well, I can actually go here and I can edit. I have Patricia White, so I can actually add some other cases here as well. And while I add them over here, I will be seeing that in more detail. So the graphs are updated. So now I can start doing some influence analysis also directly from here. So let's say that I'm interested in the cases that take a long time. So I select these cases that take a long time, and I have a new symbol available here, which is the root causes. So now I want to see the root causes for cases taking a long time. I click on this symbol, and you see I have a case duration in weeks is something in this list. So this is now the root causes that I want to find the root causes for these particular cases. So the root causes are now displayed here in this form, so that the red areas, red process steps, are those that highly correlate with the long cases. So long cases typically go through these. And now the additional goodies, I can change the analysis also to show the root causes in the case attribute form. So now when I take the case attribute form, I see that Dallas is the area with most of the cases taking a long time. So I can see side by side the root causes in terms of the characteristics of the case attributes, and also in terms of characteristics in this flowchart. So this is a new functionality allowing us to control the filters and root cause analysis directly using this interactive header. And as you see, it controls all of these areas over here. Okay, if you have any questions, please feel, or comments, please feel to put those there. Otherwise, I will be continuing. So, a summary of these goodies with the interactive header. So we can now create the filter rules directly within the analysis that we are running. We can easily see those filter rules because they are displayed over there. We can actually go on and modify the filter rules or even remove the filter rules. We can start the root cause analysis directly from this view header, and we can add multiple components to the root cause analysis. So now, as we see, the biggest root cause for this case is taking a long time is that the region is Dallas. So a very typical question is that, okay, what about those Dallas cases? Is there something within those cases in Dallas that make them take so long time? So I can of course change my case attribute here to be the region, and while I see all the regions here, now I'm going to add the Dallas also to the filter. So now I'm looking at the cases, only the cases in Dallas. So now I'm comparing the situation, the long cases in Dallas with the other cases in Dallas. And what I should be seeing here in the list is now the most important criteria inside Dallas. So add multiple components to root cause analysis. This is now possible. It was not possible before, but now with the analysis we can add multiple components also to this root cause criteria. Okay, so let's get forward. That was the functionality number 1, interactive header. And now let's get into the case attribute root cause analysis. So in this feature, we can select whatever KPI we want, and we can see the root cause for that. All right, let's get here and continue the demo. I will actually remove our selections. And also this one. And then let's remove also the case duration. So we now have sort of the empty starting point. So we are having a process analyzer without the filtering commands. Let me see if I reopen this view. So we have the starting point where we see all the cases here, and let's take the root cause analysis to be our analysis over here. But now we haven't selected anything yet. So if just to show you how the root cause analysis works, so if I want to see that how the Patricia White cases are different from the other cases, I just click on this and then select the root cause analysis. So now we see that the Patricia White cases are different than the others. I'm a little bit wondering why it looks like the other cases are here. Well, here it's correct. So the Patricia White cases have the characteristic that the customer group is men and the region is Houston. Yes, that's typical for the Patricia White cases. And now we have the color coding as well. So here you see an example of root cause analysis where we use the KPI account manager is Patricia White. But let's now go and build a more sort of a challenging KPI, shall we say that. And the challenging KPIs we can build with the chart view. So chart view component is over here. And let me go to the settings of that. So with the chart view, we can design whatever KPI we want. So we have the measures, we can see the case count, and we have the dimensions over here. So the possibilities for designing the KPIs are practically close to unlimited. Let's say that we take like let's take a duration related starting point. So duration between events, let's take that as our basis for the KPI. And let's say that from the time we get sales order created, so let's say that sales order created and to the occurrence of, let's say, delivery completed. If this would be our KPI, we now see how much time it is taking over here. And now, based on whatever we show here in the graphs, we can actually go here to the KPI view, and we can select anything that the KPI chart is showing over here. And you see that the system is now, it's now possible to make a filtering based on the selection, but we can now also make the root causes for the selection. So if I take this as the basis for the root cause, then I will be seeing the results in the flow chart and then also in this case attribute based root cause analysis. So I should be seeing the results over here. Okay, so this is the way how you can do it. And then whenever it comes to the question of how to do the fully custom KPIs, we can always go here into the designer, and we can go to the custom expression. And in the custom expression, we can write whatever KPI we want. So this is now possible, and in this custom expression we can define the KPI, let's say on time in full, or whatever KPI you are following in your BI reports. So we choose a custom expression, we get the chart over here, and then for that chart we can use any part of that as the criteria for the root cause analysis. Okay, so this is the case attribute root cause analysis for KPIs. So we create and select the right KPI, and we see directly the root causes based on the case attributes and the root causes based on the process flows. Okay, moving forward, we have the dashboard filtering. As I said, it's a nice functionality to make the filtering even easier for the first-time users. And in order to start showing that, let me go to the dashboard environment and start by creating a totally new view. So we take a new view over here and take the dashboard designer. So let's say that I want to see the process analyzer here, and then let's take a chart view component. And now in this simple example, I'm happy with the view as it is. Release webinar. That's a nice name for the view. And let's just save it. And we got a new view. So now what I can do as a new visualization style, I can select the case attribute filter. And here I predefine what I want to use as the selector. So I take the regions over here. Okay, my view is now ready, and I can just start using it. So this is the process flow chart as normally, and then when I go here, oops, let's take that away. But when I go here to the region selection, looking at the New York cases, I just select it right like here, and the process for the New York is displayed here. And if I want to change, well, okay, I want to see the LA process. Now the LA process looks like a way more straightforward. And then I want to see the LA and Chicago cases in the same. This is how the LA and Chicago cases look like. So the filter is over here. I could also go here to add these. They work, they are synchronized. However, for the super dashboard end users who don't have so much experience in process mining, we can now provide the dashboard like in a way not showing the top line at all, just a simple report with these kind of selector boxes for these case attribute values. And while I say case attribute values, we might easily add some other as well. And you see, we just take another chart view and let's put it over there. Let's say that, yes, this is the nice layout we got over here. And let's save it and go to the editing mode. And let's just say that in this box also we want to see the selector, case attribute filter. And now the first one was the region. So let's say that the account manager is sort of the one that we want to see here. So now we have the dashboard containing two of these selector elements, and we have the region defined here. And if I want to see within that region only the Patricia White cases, now you see that the system is working. I'm controlling these case attribute selections. Okay, this was the dashboard filtering and allowing you to make very easy to use dashboards. So that was the third functionality, but it's not all. There are many other functionalities. So I picked also the fourth one for this release webinar, which is a pre-configured process mining charts. So now the chart view itself comes with a lot of pre-configured charts like top variations, bottlenecks, flows, and so on, which are great starting points for making your own dashboards. And let me show you how to do that. So we have the nice dashboard over here. So let's just go to the edit mode. Let's take the chart view component and let's put it over here. Yes, maybe we put this one a bit bigger. Looks nice. And now we can just close the this, take it into live, and from here in this chart view we go to the presets, and for example the top variations, top process variations that we see in the flow. So if I click on this one, we see that these are now the top variations within these regions and for this account manager, and I can go them one by one, clicking the variation and seeing how it looks over here. So these top variations is already showing how many cases we have from this variation, events, event types, every time it takes. I can sort these and see that, okay, this is the longest variation within this region for this account manager. And of course, if I want to see for all the account managers, I can just remove that and see that, okay, now there's even much longer variation, 181 days, and the variation is this. So this top variations works now as a component for my dashboard, and I just selected it from the preset list. You see that it's also creating the filterings based on those variations over here. So I can also take the bottleneck flows view as my preset, and I see the bottleneck flows. I can see that what are the standard deviations and which flows are taken most of the time. So there's a lot of possibilities now available directly coming from the presets of this chart view. So building the chart views and building the dashboards with the new process analyzer is easier than ever before. I think, yes, Jen, that completes my story for today.
Thank you, Teemu. It's very informative. And Olli, what do you think? Do you have anything to add or anything you want to tell us?
Yeah, let's see what new functionality we can expect in the next releases. So in the beginning of next year, January, there will be 2020.1 release. And well, this latest release, at least, we got a lot of new functionality there. And all right, what do we expect in the next year? So, well, we'll further continue developing our root cause analysis that we again saw today, but the improvements still continue. So we will like to see it in even more user-friendly formats. So currently there are a lot of numbers, but we will have it in a format that it will explain more what the numbers are there and how to interpret them. All right, then Process Analyzer already has very good capabilities to collect the user usage statistics. It's the operation log there in behind. And all right, actually we are currently not yet using it very much, but well, in the next release we'll have some statistics view and that kind of things which use the operation log data. And there in the practice you can see, for example, when the system was used, who was using it, which analysis were used, and well, then for example, what were the response times that the users experienced. So all that information is there already collected in the back end, but we just need to have better statistical views to show the information there. And all right, then the way how the data in Process Analyzer models are stored, that is changing here. So in future Process Analyzer, or I would say near future, Process Analyzer will use those data tables actually that already are there. You can store there any data, but Process Analyzer will in near future get also the models data directly from those data tables. And basically it means that there will be, well, at least two data tables, one for the cases data and one for the events data, so the actual event log. And well, it then make ProcessAnalyzer, again, more flexible and easier to use, because when the data is in the data tables, it's easier to manage the data and make changes to it and upload new data. Well, I could mention as a last thing, so we saw these pre-configured charts there, those presets. So, well, I expected to expand that list and have much more pre-configured charts and analysis in the list, so that they are then there readily available for the users and dashboard. But yeah, those were the main highlights.
Great. I cannot wait.
Sounds impressive.
Yeah. And if you have any question, please leave at the question box and we'll be happy to answer them.
Okay, so it's the question of the software updates. Yes, there is actually one thing that is good to note, that this process analyzer that we were using today has the ability to show the user interface with two different URL addresses. So there is sort of the traditional URL address and then this kind of a new URL address. And we will be talking about this new URL address, QPR PA, a bit more in the next release webinar. So in case you want to have access to this user interface, and if you cannot find the user interface in your own environment, it is a little bit environment specific how the configuration is done at the moment. So if you cannot get the access to this, please then send the email, contact us, marketing@qpr.com or customer care at qpr.com, and we will help you to get the access to all the new goodies and all the new environments. Okay. the Merry Christmas kind of a wishes. So.
Yes.
Yeah, should we?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, there's one. Is it possible to pick updates automatically? Oh yes. So the software is everybody who is using QPR ProcessAnalyzer from our cloud data center, which is run in the Amazon AWS cloud, automatically have always the access to the latest new software version. So normally the end user organizations, there's no need to do anything. The software will be updated automatically and available automatically. If you have on-premise deployment, then it is up to how it has been configured. So then there are manual tasks depending on how things have been configured. But for the cloud users, this is always updated and up to date. Yes, that was a very good question as well. Excellent, yeah. Okay, so we get this nice Merry Christmas wishes from Paul Vogler.
We would also like to wish all of you a happy Christmas and a great New Year, and we will see you next year with the QPR ProcessAnalyzer 2020.1. It will be on 28th of January. And in the meantime, if you need any help, just contact us with the email marketing@qpr.com and follow us on LinkedIn and Twitter for more updates and interesting news. And we will see you very soon. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Bye-bye.